What's up, everybody? Got the Wicked Lady Hippy. I'm back at my bar. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I throw up live chat. Yeah, I wear all the hats here, meaning I'm just happy to have a lot of fun. This is my house, my bar, my rules. I'm a hippie. Fuck the rules. Army veteran, published author. I don't usually drop other videos because I've seen them and I figure people have seen them also many times. And it feels like I'm taking their word to talk to y'all. And, that's just weird to me as a writer. So, a lot around here. I'm back. This is my second channel. Um, I broke some things, and one leg was just in pieces. So I was like out of it for a year. I couldn't do anything hardly, and it was in a lot of pain. They do not treat pain now. It was. There were many times I wanted to go see my surgeons with a hammer. Here's some Tylenol. It's extra strength, puppy. So I was hoping that just like it was when I was a young lady. Thank you, though. Y'all are cool. Throw me some stuff in the live chat. I did open it up, my guys. Love y'all. I do this just for fun. Like I said, I don't make any money at this. I probably couldn't, so I haven't tried. I kind of just get up here and talk to y'all and wait for somebody to go, yeah, that's like the 70s. Yeah, let's 80s. Actually, there's a 70s, 80s, and 90s we could put together, and they were all awesome. We hit the 21st century, and I couldn't go to concerts anymore. Wouldn't even let you in with a pick. I bent somebody's shoulders with two picks and a candle and passing. That shit is coming to my house now. I'm a veteran, and I've always been with the Veterans Administration. That's where my healthcare has always been since I was 17. Yeah, we were the first women to go through and train as regular Army. We were the first company when we landed. We thought we were going to WAC training in Alabama, which is what we enlisted for. Well, the WACs were disbanded before we got there. So we ended up at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Massive boot camp training here. They asked us, did we want to stay? Because we couldn't be, as they put it, we couldn't be women and sashay around. We had to go out and kill people, which was okay. We were good, but they were like, bring it. That's why we were here. Literally, all of us had nieces, nephews, cousins, friends, what have you, in the Vietnam War, which is why every one of us women had volunteered. I was also a field medic and the best secretary you could get back then. You didn't have Xerox, you had carbon paper. So somebody who typed 60 words a minute on a manual typewriter without errors was a treasure, especially if they knew how to bind up the leg and, wounded man, get him out. I'm 5'2". I had to have a waiver. I think it was like 89 pounds. The radio back then weighed that. So you can imagine. My grandson, I pressured him into going. Not thinking, I put him through ROTC and everything. We've always lived close, my son and I. And he also has a granddaughter. So we had moved to where they are here in Augusta. Again, I'm next to the base. I'm always next to a base. Yeah, I was a waitress at the Last Supper, so I've been here a long time. So my grandson did go. And just before the pandemic hit, and well, just before President Trump closed everything like he should have, my grandson was out coming home from Korea. And he was like, I'm good. I'm not retiring here, Grandma. I said, okay. But he grew up. And that was the important thing to me. I wanted him to have the same stability. I think it should be like it is in most other countries. You should just serve from 18 to 20, unless there's a really good reason. You know, especially single children. If you only have the one child, they should be exempt. Or I mean, but I don't think conscripted is what we have. We did during World War II. My parents were my adopted parents, and they were World War IIers. My father was Navy in the war, so he was out. Yeah, he was actually at Pearl Harbor, and he and his brother, and they were all a mess because they couldn't get to their ships. They just couldn't get to them. There's so much massive damage and so forth, and they just couldn't get to them. Everybody had been shot up on the island and stuff, and they would not talk about that. We learned this from their wives, my aunts, my mother, my adopted mother. And it was a lot of fun. They were great people. They really were. They used to have a band that would come together, all the relatives, and they would drink. And I would run around and I would drink their drinks when they weren't looking or dancing. Like my mom did catch on to that. My mom was smart. You could tell anyway when there's a 15-year-old going, blah, 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 blah. She's going to put a stop to that for a while. But then at 9, I was reading college level. So off I went to get this life, hence 17. I'd already had college, graduated twice in high school because I was bored where my parents retired. So it just, okay, while I'm waiting, I went on, to go active duty. And I had plenty of time. I had like 8 months or something. And the president um, and the principal were pretty cool about it. Every time every place I ever went for school from like sixth grade on, I worked for the dean or the principal or whoever, always. So I've done that all my life. But I've also been, like I said, one of those people that's like, get the fuck out of my way, behind me. I will tell you what to do and when to do it. And shut the hell up while we're at it. you know. So I was the one that was out there in charge of the divisions, and the officers worked under me for the schools that were attached to all that. The Academy of Health Sciences at Fort Sam Houston, which was my favorite place, in all my places that I was stationed at. That was my best at San Antonio, and I kept returning like 6 times. But I married a Georgia boy. He's like just from below Macon. He was born here, and we both just kind of clicked. And he kept asking me every day to marry him, and I moved him like 3 times to San Antonio. He's a massive truck driver. He was an instructor for truck driving. And he's an ace mechanic. I have never really seen him turn his hand to something that he couldn't get done. If you can't fix it in the South with duct tape, just go ahead and leave it. It's not going to go. It's amazing what I've seen him and his family do down here. It turned out my adopted family was in the Parade magazine. We were on the front cover. When we were adopted, the government gave the parents a stipend once a month for each child. My sister was adopted with me. So they moved from the apartment they had to a suburb in Chicago called Harvey. Thornton Township it is now. And I went to Thornton Township High twice. And I saw what was going on with, what was it, a mayor or some shit? She tore Thornton Township flap up, man. I think there were 90 million in the hole or some shit. I couldn't stop laughing. I lived there like 7 years, I guess, because my parents moved 8 months or so before I left, and I was just gone after that. Um, Many of the big cities I've been in, all of them. DC, worked there at the beginning program of food stamps, as a matter of fact. That was another first. I thought that was pretty cool. It's back when we had monopoly money. Just see how many times we redid those. I mean, my mother-in-law got me that one, and I was already at the top for civil service at that point. Um, and I had a top secret clearance, so I was good to go. And that's the most you probably need to know about me. And you got to wonder how I sailed through that shit, right? We were, my husband and I too, after we got together, we've been together a couple decades or so. I can tell all of it. And I actually met him because the person that saw the Parade magazine saw that his sisters were alive and that they were being adopted. And that would be the half brother. And his wife was my husband's sister. And she's the one that called. She called the operator and asked if they could connect her to a Bullock, a Charles Bullock. That was my brother and my adopted brother. And of course, the first call she made, she got that. So I ended up moving down here off and on with my husband. But at first, I kept taking him to Texas. And actually, I don't think he really wanted to, but we had a stepdaughter. He has a daughter, and she has 3 children. And one of them became a field medic and was at San Antonio to train. And he called us. We didn't know he had enlisted. He's our step grandson, and we don't see him very often. And he was just so cute that he had remembered Grandma's stories, and he had to go to Fort Sam Houston for training. And he didn't want to tell us until he had graduated training and was off. He was going to Korea too. But we keep up with them on social media. So it's been a roller coaster for me anyway. When I met the adopted family, just as a wise word to those who might want to look, I wouldn't. When they look you up, if I'd had a choice, I would have moved out of the state. Want to change my hair color, my name. I would have got rid of the phone. Instead, I tried to get to know these family members, in particular the aunts and uncles, because they had gotten in their cars on their weekends and went to look for us because the mother said that we had been abducted by the father and he had taken us to Florida. We were in Chicago and at Cook County. And mind you, Catholic orphanages, that's a whole nother book. Love those rulers. So we had those and dodgeball. If you haven't played with dodgeball, go find some kids and give them one. I think they still sell them somewhere, probably. It's also, I do things like, play the song. Make people jump. As far as at our home, right after we installed it, I got very injured. So I had already done 9 months of broadcasting, but then I couldn't do anything. So I'm back. So I hope if you see me, you will, hit the like, jump in live chat. I'm in Augusta, Georgia. If you're down here, come tell me. Maybe we could do Zoom call, something. I'm sure. Again, I wanted to have something where they're not complaining. They're not telling you how to dress, how to wear your makeup. Hey guys, we hippies are being blamed for a lot of shit we didn't have no control over at all. We hippies were learning technology every 6 months. Did you plug it in and unplug it? I love data. Okay. I worked IT at a big, big company. And that was one of the first things you asked. And it worked usually. They're calling you from Kansas. You're in Georgia. You don't know if he was there or she. I couldn't have. What am I supposed to do? Take it apart? Go, hello. It all looks pretty good. So we had to go through that. And I think people also think that those in Congress who make our laws, and I can't figure out how some of them are not actually American born citizens. They're refugees. And I can't understand that. In particular, I can't understand how they're so against the United States. I love the one, Omar Ilhan, that had made 30 million this year, well, last year on her taxes. And people found out, and suddenly that was just a clerical error. Honey, I've been a secretary for decades through all of the new technology. Doctors now write and type it in themselves. We used to do that. And so many thousands of jobs have been lost. But now you can't fool me. We put up with 4 years of hiding Biden. Ah, Biden's weekend. So I kept thinking somebody's got to catch on to this. The Easter Bunny had to show him where the sidewalk was. I watched him in an interview one time. He wasn't being talked to. He was just standing there. And he started groping for a chair. They're on a big grassland, like at the mall in DC. They have that, the reflecting pool, and then we have what we call the mall. Yes, I lived there. That's it again. Another book. They don't catch on. I keep getting off target. I'm sorry, guys. Somebody let me know something up in here. Um, I don't know if I should even keep broadcasting at this point. I really thought when I started, I thought, oh, I got to try this. It seems like it's such a thing to be able to reach everybody and talk to everybody like we used to do, only at our tables and past that. The 70s show wasn't fucking wrong. No, I don't apologize. This is not for kids. Army. And I was in karate from the time I was 9 until recently. And so I don't play fair. Generally, I'll either stun gun you or I would shoot you. I have a scope and a laser light, so I can tap you 4 miles away. Run harder. I had people climb in my windows in my homes in two places, and I was armed, thank God, because my child was very small at the time, and I only had one child. And I was mom and dad until I got married to my husband, and he's been great. We've had a great melding of our two children and our five grandchildren. We have five. I can't believe I'm saying that. We have five grandchildren, and two are well. One's an Army veteran, the other's still in the Army of Korea. So people, you can, and they're so kind. They say you couldn't be that age. I was like, yeah, the glasses are a dead giveaway. People were complimenting me today to run around town, and I just grabbed a quick dress. I like these since I was injured so badly. I've got more metal in me rather than my car. So some things are harder to wear. Um, it's those skinny jeans. Yeah, if it's raining and I'm not going to do a lot of walking, I'll go through the pain of putting that on and boots and stuff. And that used to be me a lot. But I changed a year before. I found that the dresses that go down to mid calf or so, and they're so easy, and they were not expensive. And so everything's they call me June Carter. If they come over, I'm either at my bar or I'm cleaning the house, but I'm dressed like this. I don't know if you can see everything, but and it goes to almost to the floor, and with lace heels on, and the laces in the front. I got the big heels. I love that. And they zip up the back. It's kind of like a 1800s style. I got a lot of compliments. It's really cute at my local Walmart, my Food Lion, my little Family Dollar. I hit all of them when I go out just to get it done, and they're like all right there. So yes, did most of them. Grab me a cappuccino while I'm there. But it's nice to go in. And usually I don't go to all of them. I might not go, but maybe once a month or so. And I'll come in as hi, I love what you're wearing. How come I've never seen you in the same thing? I'm like, I, I really don't plan that. I don't, but people seem to think that's the case. So it's kind of cute, and it's nice to be smiling and talking to other people. I think that's something that's really American, and I've served overseas. My son was born in Heidelberg. It just drove him crazy to find out that Germany had, an automatic 18 to 20 serving the military, and he was like, I still haven't. They wouldn't let him give up his citizenship. They wouldn't do it. I don't know why, but they wouldn't do it. He had a passport at 6 weeks old, so of course he's an American born abroad. That's his birth certificate. So nobody's coming to get the child, which I'm not sure. I fidget when I get up here. I think he's okay about that now, since he too is a civil servant, he and his wife, and they're very high placed, like I used to be, and all that stuff that goes with it. You don't know if they're not home. You don't say where are they. There's no telling where they are because they're not going to tell you. So, cheers, guys. If you see me, come on over, talk to me. Again, Augusta, Georgia. Augusta, Georgia. If you throw it in live chat or the comments, I will do my best to get to you. I think it would be just awesome. And I haven't had any, my family won't come on, my friends won't come on because it's under Wicked Lady Hippie at the Bar Live. That's me, it's my bar, my house, my rules, and I'm a hippie. And I'm about to get drunk. So I do this 3 days a week now. And there's no telling. It's usually between 12 and 4. And I don't drink unless I'm at the bar. You probably can see a mess behind me because, again, I had to run around. And for some reason, when I'm out of the house, when I come back, my house is a mess. Either I was blind or believing from yesterday or something. Because it's never the same when I get back. I'm like, did that, what? That was not there. Apparently it was. Huh? Oh, that's nice. I probably ought not to have more of those. Mm. My husband buys me these whiskey fireballs, little airplane bottles, and it's this big burst of cinnamon as you swallow it, and it just warms up everything. Yeah, but it's also, I'm a whiskey drinker. I've never been one for a pina colada. One time, one boy bought, well, I called him a boy. They're all boys, but even when I was 17, they all acted like they should have been home with their parents. Well, not all of them. That's the special forces boys that were something. We had the quad at Fort Sam Houston, so the barracks were, like a square, and we were Charlie Company, and all that. So each one, and straight across from me, and we had the mess hall too, and straight across from me with the special forces guys. They were crazy as hell. If you were alone, you didn't make it out of the quad without talking to one of them boys. And they're running beside you. They will go in and get your food and put it there for you. They'll tray, they'll carry it. They were great guys until they got drunk and they were a little vicious. Dated one of them, loved him, yeah, and he was sent off to the Philippines. I think it was. It was an odd place to go, but he was, yeah. So that didn't last too long. But in your 20s, you're gonna check stuff out. That's my advice. My mother gave me the same advice, and she was like a grandmother. So when she said that to me, I was like, and virgin, believe it or not. But I had a lot of fun. Put it that way, all around the world. And like I said, I've been out running about and checked the mail when I got in, and my wonderful package is in. So I have some of that too. And I usually had a pre-roll, but I switched over to the bud because I have this little. My husband got me a little water pipe, and that thing is awesome. I love that little thing. And you don't one or two, three of inhaling that, and you're happy. You're going off and doing stuff, and not even yelling at your husband, which you should be doing in my view. Yes, we have air conditioning. That went down 3 weeks ago. This is the fourth or fifth unit we've bought since we came here. And we've been here 15 years. It's the longest place I've ever lived in my entire life. I am not young, as you all know this. Thank you again for so kind. I just think, again, that the 70s people, we didn't do the college. Those of us who didn't do some things and still furthered education, it was mainly towards tech. Um, now I see these people coming out. I don't know what the hell they have a degree in, but like, what the hell? I don't know. But I hear USAID sent condoms to Afghanistan. So, being former government and a military veteran, I buy that. You don't ask questions. You can load them pallets of cash up to Saudi Arabia. You're not going to ask nobody nothing. You just go push that and strap that shit down and get out the way. Your duty for the day. You don't question jack shit, man. They train us real well. That stays with you, by the way. Even though I did a lot of civil service before I retired, in many cities, big cities. Like I said, I've never been any one place for very long. Maybe 5 years. I thought that was long. I was one of those who was going to see the world, and I just transferred all over the place. And I never went back to Chicago. I never looked back. I went to visit, of course, but I had to tell everybody I'm from Cook County, Chicago, really. Then we get a pope from Cook County, Illinois. Chicago, Illinois. We have a new pope. I fell down. I've tried to faint my whole life. It's never worked. My mama used to do that, and they'd go get her what they called a stiffener. And she was drunk about 2 in the afternoon. She'd say, "Okay, I'm good now. I'm going to go cook." That woman could feed an army of people with three ingredients and some grit. I mean, I don't know how she did that. They didn't have box cakes back then, okay? If she made you a cake, it was awesome. Because she did it from, like, as far as I'm concerned, it was like Houdini. You just threw some shit together and she had a cake. I'm looking at her going, what the fuck? What the fuck? And they don't teach you how to do these things. And so by the time I was a younger woman, not just a young girl, but a woman with a baby, I did not cook. And I was so busy between work, and I would have one or two jobs at college. So, because I ran divisions, so they sent me to training. It wasn't like I could say, wait just a second. I have a second. Okay, we'll do that today. There was nothing you were going to do other than pay for it. Well, and now the world is so different. But I got to get them to quit bothering me on the fake news. I love the Trump thump, by the way. I know the Trump thump bump. Took me forever to learn that. I love it. I sit up here all day with that. I'm dancing. My husband comes in and goes, he won't come on either. No. Again, they just don't want. They don't know how I do it. I don't know how I do it. And as I said, people have said, "Well, you don't have that many viewers. You to keep doing it." I'm like, fuck them. I'm live. You never know who's up. It's the '70s social Woodstock to me. This is the best thing since freaking air conditioning, which I have to have. Even though it went down, I missed a whole week of broadcast because people moving in and out. They got the air conditioning and heating unit in the strangest place. It's like a load bearing for the house place, but it's out. It's been in the 80s. They weren't doing shit right in the 80s. So I've been listening to what's going on, and I know what's going on in Iran. And I was upset we'd lost people because I didn't think we should have lost people. It's time to make them look like Berlin at 45. You pick up a rock this big. Try to live in that bitch. You got uranium, you got factories down here, you got them under mountains and shit. Oh hell no! I was wondering when that was going to happen. I had a feeling that it was going to happen. Just had a feeling. He's almost my generation. Um, Not by much did he miss that. So I knew that one of us, meaning he's baby boomer, I'm hippie, although they say baby boomer, there's a couple months in there that I fit into the timeline. I'm like, oh no, fight me. Call me. Just don't call me. So I was up here to say, join me, talk about whatever you want to, anything and everything is on the table. Do bring your manners because I know my generation has those. I served with a lot of men and women, and I am very proud of serving my country. I'm proud of the fact that we kicked that door down. We 60 women, we kicked that damn door down, and now we have women fighter pilots that kick them bitches off the carrier with some class. I love when they come back and land and they put this puppy like this in respect, baby girl, respect. You couldn't do none of that shit when I was that age. So yeah, I was a waitress at the Last Supper. I've been here a while. I'm gonna tell you, that's a clue. Grown grandchildren and another clue. I'm good with that. I was young when my son had his children, and my husband and I were both young when my husband's daughter was born. And we love our kids and we love our grandkids. Um, the difference between me and my son and my grandson is only 20 years. It's 20 years when I had my son. It was 20 years when he had his son. Although his daughter, my son's daughter, was a surprise to all of us. We didn't think they was going to have a baby. And she had a baby girl, and I just love her to death. She's my princess. And I worry, stupid. She's 14 now, going on 28. And oh, I mean, it's totally different than when I was that age. Even though at that point I was in the army almost. I was training to go to the army from the time I was 13 or so. At college and so forth, doing nursing and all this stuff. Like I said, you didn't have Xerox, you had carbon paper. So I took shorthand, I did all that. So the doctors would just, and I'm doing this in shorthand. I gotta actually type this up in a certain way. Then I gotta do all of them. There's 18 people in this class. There's 24 in this class. Right. So I had 6 classes that my doctors kind of were in charge of, and they were training these doctors. So it was something. I loved it though. I loved it. They were all such great guys. Every time whatever service I was in, either civil or military, you guys were simply freaking awesome. Y'all should be proud. You treated the women right, most of them. Like you got to have a 1 or 2%. I had a stalker. I was so glad, and I felt terrible, but he actually was killed in a car crash, and I was so relieved because it had gone to court and everything. It was terrible. So yeah, those stupid things can happen, but America's a wonderful place. I was in Europe when you still had different money. It was the mark for Germany, lira for Italy, so forth and so on. And you had to juggle, do the math as far as what the dollar was against the mark, and especially me because I was stationed in two different places in Germany, and with child, two jobs, military and one at night to clean here and there because I had a baby feed, and I didn't live on base. Uh, a woman and a son, they only had apartments for like 5 bedrooms, 8 bedrooms, and I rented a cottage out in farmland. I had bought me a little BMW. I had the steering, the shifter was on the steering column. And boy, you got I love the Autobahn. If you didn't run 140, somebody'd hit you and kill you. It wasn't like 65 here. Oh no, no, no. You couldn't see nothing. It was a blur. It was like time travel. Did I drive on the Autobahn? No. Only when I had to get on, get off, kind of like here. Or if I was ditching out and going to the Black Horse with my kid, um, I'd do that, depending on what area it's stationed in. Went all over Europe. It's a great place. It's a very old place. And you don't get it. You think you do. I considered myself kind of a historian when I went, and I was not when I went. It was so amazing to go to so many things, see so many. It was castles, museums, and I mean, it was something. It was. I'm so glad that I got the chance to do that. It was also why I encouraged my grandson to go, because I thought he would be sent probably to Europe, but he didn't. He got Korea, and but he went all over Korea, and the shrines and all that. And he sent grandma stuff, kimonos or what have you. I mean, it was nice. It was good to have him back because things were going south at that point in Korea. They seemed to have straightened that out. I see I got a little bit more time. I hate to because I've got so much to do. But this is the only place I get to smoke my little cigars. I had to quit smoking 10 years ago. Mm. So he lets me do this and have a drink while I'm up here doing my podcast, which I do from the bar. You can kind of see the mess behind me and a door. Like I said, the beer, we put all of our stuff, we got a pot and we redid everything, put in wood floors and all that. The bar my husband went to get it, that was a little corner bar, and it turned out to be a Remington. It's got the big mirror on the other wall. It's like almost a horseshoe, but it's not. It's like a rectangle. And we put in okay. It's got everything underneath it. It's got wine racks, all that. Uh, Marble areas to cut, and it's got bases for whatever you're putting out, limes or so forth. The ice maker, blenders. We've got different kits that we can make all kinds of old drinks, like an old fashioned. That's a hard one. So we went out and bought a kit for that one. Most of our friends, they like the what we call the top shelf liquor. No, they don't bring any with them. And they'll even usually scan my cigars, and I'll fuss at them because they're expensive and I can't have them myself all the time. Mm. But they're too weak in my eyes. They won't come on because it's a bar, and they're worried that somebody will take a clip off of it or what have you, and do something awful. Um, I think they watch too much. Uh, I don't know what. Maybe they're always on their phones, but they seem awful scared for no reason. It's just a podcast. It's not gonna. We're not gonna electrocute you or anything. So call me, do a Zoom call, hit the like, share, give me a break. You can tell me too. Hey, I don't know if this is the right thing, or I'm trying to get this thing to go where it's supposed to go, and it just doesn't want to today. Yeah, I have cats. They photobomb me. They make such a mess. There it goes again. He's Gizmo. When he was little, he looked just like Gizmo in the movie. So we didn't want to get any water on him. He's grown into this huge cat, long hair. But we rescued him, and he was bottle fed. I had, at one time, 5 that were being bottle fed that somebody had found and brought to us because they knew we fed the homeless area of animals because the shelter is only a kill shelter, and I will not kill them. So we spend quite a bit a month to feed those inside because you can't You can't take them and raise them when they haven't even opened their eyes yet, and you can't throw them out. So I mean, they bonded with you, you bonded with them. So you have animals. My babies have already stepped over a lot of them. Um, the one I had the longest, besides my chow and huskies, um, left me after 14 years. So it's really hard, no matter what. And it kills me on the outdoor ones. I'll see them. I'll see they have kittens. Put special food out for the kittens, and then suddenly I won't see them. I'll see maybe one or two of the kittens. So I really worry. But I've had so much grief in my own home. I lost four this year alone, and it was just heartbreaking, especially after just getting back on my feet, going back in the air, and I'm losing four of the ones I had for a decade, and couldn't stop it. You can't get an emergency bag, so they say you can. Some of them might call you back and tell you it's $600 to talk to them, and then they'll tell you, no, you probably ought to just put them down. And so they left on the Rainbow Bridge in my arms, and I try not to mourn because I think that keeps the soul more here. I'm one of those weirdos. I believe in reincarnation. I believe in karma. I believe in out of body experience. I believe in ghosts. So I'm a hippie. No, I'm not wearing tie dye. I'm really too old for that. But then sometimes I get weird. So you just never know. Sometimes I'm in a kilt because my son got me a kit to find out my ancestry. And I kept telling him, dude, that's brutish. I have hazel eyes, true hazel eyes, strawberry blonde hair, and I'm really grateful because I still have it. My son does not, and he tried to blame me for that before I did the test. And all. I was like, no, that's male pattern baldness. Go to a doctor. I'm still good. I'm 20 years older. Hair. He got mad the first time. I told him he was going to need glasses by the time he's 35 because I had to. My husband too. We all put it off, and then we get the readers. And I was laughing because my son said something about me losing my glasses, and I said, "Wait for it." Yeah, you'll be doing the same thing. You'll be looking for the bitches all pissed off. It's sure enough at about 34 or 5, he had to have glasses. He's still not happy. I still think it's funny. And they get stronger and stronger. At this point, straddling 2 centuries, which I never thought I would do, I really did not. I was in the Army, I enlisted in the 70s, as I said, Vietnam. So I did not expect to be here in another century, still kicking. And like I said, I have hair. So there's a bonus here. A little bit. Mm. I have a little bit of music in the background. One time I was doing this and they said, you can hear the song. I was like, it was free. Everybody can hear the song. What does it matter if it's in my background? What if I just wanted to do the whole video and just drop that? Would you tell me they actually pulled the video and told me to edit that music out. Yeah, I was like, you'd be kidding me. So now I try to make sure it's not so loud that you can hear it. So you might hear my volume of voice raise while I'm up here. I doubt I'm going to do a full hour today, although I see I've come up to at least a fairly good one. I haven't got a lot to say other than, oh, God, it's not the hippies' fault. Those people that have been using Congress to make these weird-ass laws are not the hippies. You'd think it was as stupid as it's all fucking been. It's been a clusterfuck for 25 years. 2006 was it. I mean, what the hell's happening in this century? I don't know. But I do wish it would just slow down for a while. Now that I'm retired, my husband is switching my equipment out all the time. I never, and I do all this by myself. So I hate to edit because I'm on this big screen and it's hard to look at yourself and not be, oh, you shouldn't have said that or something. So since I'm up here and I'm live, this is it. Unless they make me do some type of editing, this is it. I don't do anything else. But like I said, get up here and guys go, Mom, it's time for us to take our voices back out of the box. Not to mention it, that stuff's legal now, and they bring it to my door. I am good to go. Try it. Those gummy bears are freaking awesome. I love that. So, like I said, we straddled 2 centuries here. The hippies ought to come out and see us. That's my husband. He usually doesn't want to get in the shot, so I try to block the door for him. He doesn't like to get in. I have no idea what he's up to. He's one of those that just kind of hovers in the background. You're not sure if your camera's working. Yes, dear. Okay, I see you. No, but I am about to wrap because I see we're probably running into dinner. It's been a long day already. I haven't seen too many doing stuff lately. Now we're supposed to be out of Iran. We probably bombed them into, well, the Stone Age. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, they should have taken Carg Island shit a month ago. Like I said, throw that shit at them. That's why you make that stuff. Don't leave that armament sitting around gathering dust. Use that shit. When they get nothing left, they might stop that shit. And now I hear the Houthis are fucking around in the Red Sea. What the fuck? Get some people, use some weapons on these big ass boats. You're out there, you're a tanker carrying oil, and these little Houthis and these speedboats can come up and fuck you up. Yeah, I don't think so. Have some Marines come with you. It's good pay. Check them out. You need some help. I think that's the stupidest shit I ever heard. It's like those drug boats, and we were hitting them, and they went. I'm sorry. I know it's not funny, but to me it was. A little boat. No boat. They still kept coming out, the idiots. I couldn't believe how long that went. There's no boat. Thump. It was all on. Even fake news ran that shit. Of course, that we were getting a lot of grief killing innocent fishermen. That was fun. I thought that was fun. Um, Actually, they gave me fentanyl when I got so hurt in that. The ambulance driver said, "Well, you have to carry you out in this sheet, you know." And I'm screaming if you even think about moving my hair. And so they got to go like 30 feet and then get me onto a stretcher because of the way I felt. I was blocked in, and they just couldn't get the stretcher in. Now, back when I trained the paramedics, we had these little plastic ones. We could get that bitch out to the side of the mountain, strap your ass and pull you up. I don't know. These guys didn't even secure areas that were badly injured. I was like, oh my fucking God. So I screamed through the whole process. He did give me the fentanyl first. Now, I got to say, I did not feel that. I really did. I mean, I was still screaming. And he said, "I give you some more when you get in the ambulance." And I was like, "I'm going to kill you when I can stand up again." But he did, and that made me feel a little bit better. Finally, somebody did something about the pain. And then the doctor who had seen the X-rays came in. She grabbed one of my ankles, and I screamed. It was not said. Nothing was done to that area, and I tried to hurt her. I couldn't reach her. And the paramedics hadn't left all that time. They stayed there. They were a great crew. They had to actually call a third one in. So, I mean, I had a crew in there. And they were all pretty good. My poor husband, he's like in the background, all these people. She going to live? No, damn it. But that's not the way it was when I taught paramedics. Like I said, it was just basic field medicine. Why haven't you stabilized any area that's been, you know, fucked up? But they did. And then they didn't put me in a cast or nothing. They said they'd do surgery in 2 weeks. And we had the hurricane hit us. And so it hit us the morning I was going in for surgery at 5 o'clock. And my husband and I woke up, and the whole side of our house we thought was going to go. He had a big RV, like a Wonder Lodge, parked right there. And he also had a pool behind the park right there. I think it saved the house. We only ended up losing my hot house that my husband built for me. That upset me, but I was shocked. There were trees everywhere. everywhere. The entire city shut down for 2 weeks, and yet my husband kept the generator going, kept me cool, kept me fed. I was like, how do you do that? I don't know, but he did. Do what? Okay. This man's want me to make tea, and I just said I don't do those kind of videos, didn't I? Okay, I need to make some food or get some food, whatever. Some chicken. Yeah, he annoys me. Mm, mm. I need to go ahead and go and get off because I have tons I got to get done here. Unfortunately, since I've retired, I have more to do than when I was working. When I was working, getting home was vacation. Now I'm just here. So if there's something that's broke or a mess, what have you, my husband just steps over it, walks around it, doesn't see it. He'll burn something on the stove and tell me, I don't know what you got on that stove, but it won't come off. He just burned his tea. Grown man. Ah, that is so good. I did not ask where he was going because he's still an ace mechanic, even though we've retired. He put up a shelter and made his own garage because so many people kept asking him to fix their brakes or their door, the windows wouldn't come down, whatever. He could do all of that. Now my car is skipping, so when I get to a stop, it just I'm like, what the hell's going on with my car? I have a little Chevy Cruze now. I had a Cadillac from I think it was 35, and I had one Cadillac, a 96 for about 2015. So he made me give up my car. I was somebody had one with the golden key, a big one, and it was time to get a newer Cadillac. And he always gets me my car and hands me the pink, so it's always paid for. He's always done that. He's a good guy. And so, I was at the last one I had, the last Cadillac I had. It was very sporty looking, but she drove like terrible. It was like sitting in a tin can. I didn't like it at all. It wasn't smooth. I was used to, yeah. And so he said, "Okay, I'll get you a different one. Let's look at how do you look at them." So he actually took me shopping again. He also bought me two new cars, and those were severe car crashes. So I just like at that point, I was like, no, I don't want a new car again. It's like jinxed. So we'll go back to just paying off my car. And he has a truck the same way. We pay him off before we even get him. That's yeah. And we don't take out a loan. Just go and save some money and go and look, in our price range. So he found me a Chevy Cruze, a little black one. He put all my Army stuff up there and my Army tag, Army vet. And it's not running right, okay? And half the time he'll say, I'm going to take the car because it's my car, it's in my name. And I just go, it's our car. So go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. But when he gets back, I go, didn't you notice? It was like, oh, it's fine. Just drive it. This was every car I ever owned in all these years. He made me go back to driving when I was 35. I had always lived in the big city, used mass transit, the subway, the bus, what have you. That's what I always did because everywhere I worked and lived, it cost to park a car, and a car was just so much money to deal with. So I was like, I'm not doing that. Mm-mm. I did in Germany, but you couldn't afford to bring it back. Same reason, tariffs and all that. And so I had relied on mass transit since I came back from Europe. And I got used to it. I used it a lot when I was in the military. I used it when I was in whatever country I was in, trains. And I mean, it was always wonderful. You could just pop, pop, pop. And you could do the same thing in the States. But in Georgia, on these dirt red roads, there ain't nothing. It's just a dirt red road called Peachtree. You want to turn left, it's on Peachtree. I loved it when Garmin's came out because I had to go 3 hours to get at the time where I was living, not here. I had to go 3 hours to the VA. I wasn't living as close. I was living next to the Air Force Base, but the VA was that far away from me. It was in Dublin. And so here I'm driving back and forth, and I hated it. But he gave me a Garmin about 6 months into my care there. And I think I was there about 2.5, 3 years. And I love that Garmin because it would tell me, bitch, I told you to left, okay? So at first it would go turn right, and I'm turning right, but it's the next one. Go around the block. I still have one. I think I still have two. I have the mount and everything still in my car, even in my Chevy Cruiser, which is fairly new. I got it from a couple of years ago. And he was telling me, I want to go ahead and get you another car. I was like, no. I got the little thing from the driver's department that said I had to either bring a slip showing I had had an eye appointment in the last 2 months or take their test. So I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do this unless I go up to the ophthalmology department. And you can't get through. There's a lot of people that are in the VA here, and there's two of them. But the ophthalmology department is in the VA hospital, which is downtown. And so I'm trying to get, still haven't done it. Or I forget, and then it's too late to call. And so I did get through once, and it wasn't helpful. It was like, we can give you an appointment in 2027. And I'm like, so I told my husband, I was like, it might be where I can't drive. Anybody over 65 has to take the eye exam. Yet in California, they keep giving people from India commercial licenses, and they go out and kill people. I hate that. I hate that they're doing that. I don't know why they're getting away with doing that. These people can't even speak English. My husband holds, and still does, a CDL. He's been driving since he was like 16. I mean, a long time. And he still has to go through 3 hours of tests. Um, you know, it's and you got to pay $400 or $500 to get them. And you got to jump through hoops to get them. You've got to have fitness things from doctors. You've got to your analysis and all this stuff you got to do. And yet I'm seeing people that can't speak English that are driving with a pair of flip flops in 20 below weather with 15 feet of snow on the sides of the highway. I'm like, what the hell? I've seen people drive like that in certain areas, like India. They seem to not care about human life. Now, I think most of them may believe in rebirth, but that's just a little unnecessary. And I've seen 2 accidents now that have killed people. They should not be getting these. If they're here and they're a refugee, I don't care where they're from. They should take the same examination. Every state should have the same one. That's, again, something I don't understand. I felt that the United States was more divided than Europe, and I had the passport and a passport for my kid, who I was like, yeah, I drug his ass with me. Let's go see the Louvre. That boy was in a bar on day 3. I kid you not. I was on my way back from the hospital. You couldn't drink when you're pregnant. And my husband goes, well, what do you want to do? I was like, get the bar. Where's the pub? And and back then, up until my son was grown, you could take your kids with you. We used to take them all the time to play pool and get, the pitchers of beer and everybody, you know, I don't know why they stopped doing that. Although I understand that in Britain, the kids were starting too young and they were alcoholics. But I'm talking about your kid, and you're not letting them drink. You're letting them play pool maybe, but you're not letting them drink. And you could go out more if you took your kid. We never went where we drove. We'd take a cab or walk back, whatever. We had several near us that we just walked to, and so that's where we went. Just a line dance at the mall. The whole bottom of the mall was a big bar. We loved it. And Wednesdays was free food, 25-cent drinks. Kid, you just walked like a field length, and then there you was. We have had a lot of fun in our lifetime, I have to admit, and we've done a lot of firsts. Even the Georgia State Fair. My husband broke ground there. I was the secretary for all the architects there. So we were in where they built the Georgia State Fair. It was so wicked. And we went for every anniversary, even up to the 20th anniversary. Again, kind of dates me. But we went, and finally on the 20th anniversary, we kind of looked at each other and said, I am too old to walk around this anymore. By then, the kids had kids. We were grandparents, literally, by the time we had the 20th anniversary. But it was all of the employees. Most of them had moved, like me and him. We moved around a lot because I kind of moved around a lot. So he had a lot of choice. This time it was kind of against my will, but I finally agreed. And I'm not regretting it at this point. Although my son is now saying he wants to buy, I think he said 15 acres, and he wants to put his house up, and he wants mom and dad to live on the back 40 in a house there. And I'm like, we bought this house from my son because it was their starter house, and they wanted a new house that was being built in Grovetown, but they couldn't hold this house and do a new house that was being built in Grovetown unless they sold it, and they couldn't get anybody to buy it. And so we were about to buy a house on the lake because we were retiring, and so we said okay, and we came here and bought this one. We gave away 4 houses full of furniture. I kid you not, TVs, everything had to go. This is a much smaller place. I mean, it's 2 bedroom, 2 bath, but still small. I mean, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. We have 2 apartments upstairs that we put together during the pandemic, with refrigerators and microwaves and so forth, because you couldn't be around each other, at least not very often. And we never knew which way it was going to go. You had to wear a mask. You didn't have to wear a mask. I used to laugh about it because I'm a field medic and licensed nurse. And I was like, you can't keep shit out with the mask. I mean, a little bit. Somebody can't really spit at you, but it's still beyond the mask. So you can still be contaminated. There's a reason they're in a biological hazmat suit. It's not, in any event, hippies unite. Let's do this social media the right way. Let's show them, hey, you guys are still wrong. Have some fun, talk a little bit, share a little bit. I mean, literally, social Woodstock. I think we hippies should rise again and say, hey, well, it wasn't our fault, but now we're starting to level this shit out. Have you heard of the Trump thump? Gulf of America. Love that. Pocahontas. I still love that. I think Donnie's funny as hell. And yes, if he can call Kid Rock Bob, he's Donnie to me. I think he's funny. I just saw a clip of him. So I was like, oh, he's just something. I don't think people get his wit. He's very dry wit. But see, I did actually get my hour in. So I'm getting ready to go off the air. So come out here if you see me. Hit the like. I mean, hit don't like. I don't really give a shit. I'm too old to care. I just think we hippies should unite and talk like we used to before we became so busy that we couldn't breathe because everything changed every other month. And now we're retired, most of us, and we're looking around going, oh, they fucked this up. It's a clusterfuck. They're blaming who? The hippies. We haven't even been in Congress. Check out those refugees, man. I'm like, did you hear about Minnesota? How many Lamborghinis did you repossess for the children? Some of this stuff really cracks me up. I like these shorts with Donnie's on those. But my time is up. Trying to say something to me. Hi, I saw you there. I don't know. Did you get drunk fast enough? Come and talk to me. In the meantime, laugh, have a good time, live your life well. God bless.